Once his girlfriend's pregnancy reached 6 months, Caden would kill her, remove the baby from her womb, and serve it to his ritual idol inside his mansion. He never failed. The moment a woman told him she was pregnant, he already knew it was the perfect time to strike. He kept killing his wives one after the other until the terrible day he met a woman who changed everything. Nobody knew that the small locked room in Caden's house was the secret chamber where he kept his money ritual idol. People knew him as a billionaire, but no one knew his dark secret. Caden never chased after flashy city women or socialites. Instead, he traveled far away to remote villages to find simple village girls from very poor backgrounds. He married them not for love, but for rituals. Caden would spend huge amounts of money on these girls. Blinded by luxury, they fell in love with him quickly. Once the girl became pregnant, Caden would visit her parents. The parents would be overjoyed that their daughter was marrying a rich man. He would perform a small traditional wedding in the village, just enough to make it look real. The families would celebrate, believing their daughter had found a good husband. Then Caden would take his pregnant wife to the city to live with him. And immediately the pregnancy reached 6 months, Caden would secretly kill her. He would carry her body to the hidden ritual room, cut open her stomach, and remove the unborn baby alive. He would then offer the child to his idol. But one day, everything changed. Caden met a woman named Maria. Maria was also from a very poor background, living in a small village called Olowa, far from the city. She lived alone with her grandmother. Caden approached Maria, and she accepted him. They began to date, and soon Maria became pregnant. When Maria took Caden home to meet her grandmother, the moment the old woman laid eyes on him, her expression changed. She didn't need anyone to tell her who he was, she already knew. Maria's grandmother was not an ordinary woman. She was spiritual, powerful, feared, and dangerous. That same day, she warned Maria. "Never let me see you with that man again. He is a ritualist." But Maria didn't listen. She believed her grandmother was just trying to stop the marriage. Maybe because Caden wasn't from their village. Maria believed love. Her grandmother knew blood. And that was where the real battle began. One day, Maria sat beside Caden in his jeep. Her heart was racing. Tears filled her eyes. "Caden," she whispered. "I talked to my grandmother. She said no. She says you are not a good man for me. She wants me to stay in the village." Caden's face turned red. Inside his mind, rage burned. This old woman will ruin everything, he thought. Maria is already pregnant. But Caden did not shout. He held her hands gently. "Love," he said softly. "Does your grandmother know how much I love you? She's old. She doesn't understand city life. She wants to trap you in poverty forever." "She is my family," Maria sobbed. "You are my family now," Caden replied. "Think of our child. Do you want this baby to grow up in dust or in a mansion?" He described soft beds, beautiful clothes, and endless luxury. Slowly, Maria believed him. "Okay," she said quietly. "I will go with you." That night, under a dark sky, Maria packed a small bag and slipped out quietly. Caden waited in his car by a tall mango tree at the edge of the road. They drove for hours until they reached the city of Velmora. Caden took her to a massive mansion. "This is our home," he said. Maria was overwhelmed. She touched the golden curtains, sank into soft sofas, and smiled. "I am lucky," she thought. Back in Olowa village, Maria's grandmother went to wake her for breakfast. The room was empty. The bed was cold. Her sadness turned into rage. "Caden has stolen my child," she hissed. She went behind her house and opened a locked wooden door. Inside was her spiritual power room. The air smelled of herbs and smoke. She lit a candle and began chanting Maria's name. "Your feet must turn back. Your heart must remember home." In the city, Maria suddenly froze. Her eyes went blank. She stood up, walked out barefoot, and wandered through the streets like a dreamer. She boarded a bus heading back to Olowa. When she arrived, she collapsed into deep sleep. But the grandmother was not done. She began chanting again. Slowly, her body transformed. Her white hair turned black. Her back straightened. In minutes, she looked exactly like Maria. The grandmother, now wearing Maria's face, returned to Velmora and entered the mansion. When Caden came home, he hugged her. He had no idea. Days later, she told him the pregnancy was gone. Panic seized Caden. He rushed to his herbalist in Koru town. The herbalist could not see clearly. A fog blocked his vision. Soon, Caden's wealth collapsed. His rituals failed. His businesses crumbled. Desperate, he married another village girl named Sahara, from Dumba village. But her pregnancy also vanished. Everything fell apart. Finally, the herbalist told him the truth. The problem is the woman in your house. Use her for the final ritual. That night, Caden returned home with a black charm. The house was silent. The moon was gone. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you in part 2.